Sentinel Oncology is a drug discovery company. We've been focusing for many years on developing really high quality drugs, really targeting areas of unmet medical needs. So our mission is to make a difference to people's lives, patients' lives and families of those patients. We have focused very much on oncology for several years now. We're moving more progressively to neuro-oncology, which is a massively extreme unmet medical need. I mean, people think about unmet medical needs, they think of many diseases. Neuro-oncology, brain cancer is a massive unmet medical need. So this is our focus, and this is going to be our focus going forward. So the impact you have on patients' lives of people who have unmet medical need is the quality of life. So for example, if you take a brain tumour, or one of the most common forms of aggressive brain tumour is glioblastoma multiforme, we call it GBM. The patient survival is somewhere between 12 and 14 months. Standard of care is pretty much surgery and one drug which doesn't work well. So if we can have any impact, and it could be, in terms of quality of life, in terms of progression of life, this is a massive impact. And it doesn't stop there. A lot of brain cancers are pediatric, so children with unoperable, untreatable cancers, you have to do something about that. Being a small biotech company, you rely on angels and seed investments. They come in early, they support the company with their own vision and their own guidance. But you have to make something with their money. You have to make it turn into something more valuable than they give it. So we have done that. We've taken lots of good seed investors. We have capitalized and leveraged that money hugely by looking at things like soft money from grants, massive collaborations where they provide tons of cash coming into these projects. So if we look overall at Sentinel's pie chart, 75% of all our money raised is non-equity financing. And that has supported the development of 4 candidate drugs which are ready now for clinical development.
That's great.
We've had collaborations over the years with a lot of companies, 4 listed companies. The most recent ones have been with Seattle Genetics. We've had a 2-year collaboration with Johnson & Johnson. And those collaborations bring 2 things. One is a lot of financing, but the other thing is a lot of guidance. And this is expand your team, right? So you can move things very, very aggressively under that sort of guidance. So we've also had collaborations with US NASDAQ listed companies, for example, Oncotheory. So the same thing applies. You tap into their resources, you advance your products, you add value. I met you when you started this, right? So your company was started a long time ago, but just about when we started things. The ecosystem is a network. You've brought that network together. The team have done a great job in doing that. And I think when you tap into that network, it's not just the funding or the seed funding, it's the cross-fertilization of ideas and the ability to rapidly move things. Our goal is to be capital efficient, take idea A, make it to idea B, using the best value and the best capital efficiency way of doing that. Your system has allowed us to do that, particularly your operations in India in terms of that's just one aspect, the synthetic operations. But your network, the amount of times you've connected me to people, has been really valuable for Sentinel. So that's how an ecosystem should work. It's not just there for purpose, it's there for, to make a difference, right? So that's how it should work. If you look at this space, we have AI all over the place, as you know. And AI is not a new thing. In my mind, it's become more evolved and it's become clever, but bigger computers do things faster now. So you have AI, and then you have this whole thing around longevity and age. So it's quite interesting, new targets are coming out, companies looking at new ways to treat disease, and then companies thinking, I've got a bigger computer, we can treat it quicker. So those 2 things together are exciting because there's lots more starting points. There will, however, always be a need to do high quality drug discovery as well. The wet science will not disappear. We'll always have to take a drug, right? So I think those 2 early AI in different areas and targets fuel into the need for more high quality drugs, which is where Sentinel sits, by the way. So, first memory of o2h. Coffee with Hugh, 23 Science Park. First week we had an introduction from David Topolsky, came to meet you, and I said, this is really interesting, Sunil. I said, what did you do? What's your background? And I think, was it a website company? You had a company before, and I thought, oh my gosh, you've gone from this really commercial, I can't remember what your website was, to building a lab in India to offer really capital efficient chemistry. And I thought, oh, that's great, that's incredible. So I suppose my first thought is that, and then watching you on the phone all the time outside, outside in the car park taking calls. So yeah, but I mean o2h have been a go-to for us. We've used you guys off and on since the inception. So yeah, that was my first memory of you.